The first link building best practice is make sure you're interlinking between your pages. And so
Yeah.
a lot of people think of linking, they think of like establishing backlinks from other site linking to you, but it's also important to let Google know what pages on your site you think are most important. So one of the ways you can do that is make sure that your navigation on the top is linking to your most important pages. So this becomes obvious when you look at the way most websites are built, but if you're a local services company, you're going to put your services pages on the front because those are most important.
So, and sometimes people kind of mess it up. Sometimes they just have one link for services and
Yeah.
they sort of, I don't know, downgrade all of their most important things to a second level because logically it makes sense. But it might be good to kind of minimize that other stuff and move a couple of those services up a level.
Right. You might do the same thing with locations. If you're a local business that has 3 locations, you can put all those locations there. But so that's the first thing is make sure all the pages that are most important to you are linked in the top navigation. You probably already do it anyway when you just think through your site what's most important. But that's important to Google to communicate what pages are most important to you, and then that will influence how Google views your website as well. And then all our services and subservices pages linked. Okay, so a service page would be something like, we always use the painter examples because it's easy, but like a service page might be indoor painting, and then a subservice might be gymnasium painting, something like that.
Sure.
So like a service within a service. So make sure that you're creating, if you're creating subservice pages, that those are linked back to your service page. So you might have that service page for indoor painting with a bullet list of various indoor painting options, services, and you make sure those are linked to the appropriate service pages. Also, if you're doing content pieces, so if you've got a blog going or some kind of news feed section of your website, and you're mentioning those services in the context of that blog, make sure you link that back to your indoor paint or let's
interior painting. Yeah.
Right. So, or a good example is if you were doing, let's take the gymnasium painting example. So if you were doing a post on best paint types to use for gymnasium painting, right? A natural place for that to link would be back to the gymnasium subservices page. So look for all of your content on opportunities to link back to your most important pages as well, not just the top nav, but all the other places where you're putting content.
Yeah, and be sure to use keyword-rich text in your links as opposed to click here or read more. Click here and read more are a little bit empty calories. If you're linking to something that's really specific, it's great to also use keywords in that text. So what you said in the body of the copy, where there are natural places, that's really an important point.